Yeah, they were doing a video about Christopher Sabat trying to get Vegeta to say the line he's supposed to for about uh, 3 minutes and 11 seconds, and he was just not. By the time he wasn't saying it on cue in the way he was supposed to have done it originally. And another thing I found out is that there is literally a reference to a video I saw a while back, like so many years ago, like about what I want to say, what, probably a few years ago. It wasn't during last year that I can remember. No, it wasn't. It was where Arnold Schwarzenegger's let me speak proper freaking English. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator guy. If you've been watching his movies, he's also played in other movies, but a lot of it is to do with the Terminator. But he's famous for a lot of movies. Anyway, so moving on. Um, Put on the cookie. Put it on the nose, it says. And I didn't realize it was in a specific movie I had seen before, but I forgot about. I didn't realize that line was there. I didn't know that was a reference to that. I thought he was just doing a big old goof for somebody to say it. I thought that's what it was because I remember also about an article about Arnold Schwarzenegger does it for somebody or whatever, uh, you know. And I didn't. They didn't say at the time that it was from a line he had done in a movie at all. There was no reference or saying that it was until it popped up randomly after that, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So yeah, don't click on that title, "Mom Hates Gamers," because that's not even what it is. It's basically one of those mashups where this guy is a streamer who's reviewing people that are breaking consoles and getting pissed off and whatever. It's just another one of those rehashments. Just like as when you find somebody that gets angry and being recorded because like they did that, like with this one guy that was the stupidest thing because his girlfriend was playing games instead of going out on a date with him and all this crap because she was just playing video games, and he busted the crap out of it like a loser. I mean, really, that's abuse. You want to talk abuse? That is abuse right there. That's not love. That's like if I said to a dog that, or a cat, and I said, "You're gonna do what to me? Here, let me bash up your toys." That was really stupid. I mean, really, come on, jeez. And then if that ain't bad enough, you got like dads doing that, and then this one. I didn't understand the back and forth videos about this one child who got his Xbox busted the crap out of, and then him making his dad suffer for all that. And I was like, what? And then it just kept going on, and he would do that and whatever. Anyway, so moving on to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Now, I can't remember exactly what all happened, so I'm not going to go into it all the way to details. But what I've gathered from it so far, because I haven't really fully watched the video, but I have watched it enough to gather that, and this may be, it's not really confirmed, but he says something about that the creator for Final Fantasy VII, Nakamura, I think his name is, or whatever, they want like subscribers for the giveaway, for the PS5 giveaway. So what I'm gathering from that is that you know it's a PS5 thing. So in other words, like you have to drag your ass, and I hope you don't have to. My personal thing is I hope you don't have to start all over from PS1 for one, and two, that even if you could save your data and reload it from the PS4, I think it's still stupid that you had to drag your lazy ass, quote unquote, even though you're not really lazy technically, but let's not really go there. Let's just, it's treating you like you're lazy enough to just like, you know, okay, I gotta put up my consumer money and put out this crap music for a game that's not complete, so I gotta go to another console. And then if another PlayStation comes out, it'll be like part 3 and so on and so forth. Or if in the meantime time, because you gotta switch over to you gotta put out a lot of money for a PlayStation 5, and you gotta get the damn game on top of that. The games for it. If you have to start all over, you have to get all the damn ones of them, even by the time that they come out. And the thing of it is, as well, is that if you look at the total price right now, if you total that all up right now, that is expensive as hell. They need to complete the whole damn thing and then release it, not in stages. Release the whole damn thing as one product and uh, as a better deal than that. $70 to $80 or whatever is not a good price. And you got some of them between 59 to 60, even to 120 for even like the PC version or whatever. And it's insane. And I'm not putting out that much money. I don't have that kind of money to fork over. Personally, I should have never forked over the money to begin with for the damn thing anyway. I don't even know why I did it. It was just a thing at the time, but I thought maybe I want to check it out and see if I want to record it or whatever, whenever. But then again, the stupidest thing is I don't have a PS4. So really, it's a PS4 game. And honestly, I didn't have a PS4. We had a PlayStation 3. And yeah, you could have bought or got the demo for the damn thing while it was back in kind of the deal kind of process. But not anymore. You actually have to have a PS4. And frankly, I'm not really that thrilled with it, to be honest. And it's not that it's a bad game or anything like that. And even been another person who really doesn't care for it is not saying it's a bad game. He just doesn't want to play it. And he also now he's updated and says, yeah, I'm just not going to put out my money for an incomplete game. I don't put out money for that. Yeah. I never have either. And until now. And then, I mean, like, what, today? But I forget what time it was. I think it was like last year when I got a copy. And let me tell you something. It was stupid. It was a mistake. And I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd have saved my money and not even put out the money for it, because I only got one portion of the game. It's not complete because you still have other parts of the game that we're waiting on. Now, as a Final Fantasy based community of fans of the Final Fantasy universe, regardless of whether you're a Final Fantasy 7 fan or even a fan of the remake or not, it doesn't matter. You're still waiting on that, even if you're not really wanting to buy it. You're still waiting on it because they're taking their time, and that's fine and all. But in the meantime time, why release it in stages? I'll be damned if I'm gonna freaking fork out any more money for it. And I mean, I had thought about it, and then I thought, you know what? There's a guy that I agree with, and I'm not gonna put out no more money for it. To be fair, I probably won't even put it out unless they lower the price when it's all done and said, when it's a complete set. And even then, if they offer it for PC where I can download it, a complete set, I might consider it, because I'm not going to jump to PS5 unless they offer an emulator for that with cheat codes, if I want to optionally. And I don't mean like a bunch of cheat codes either. I mean like money. If the game requires me to have money and it's not available, and that's if I need to do it with if I have to grind too damn much just to get the amount that I need to start out with, when I could have already had other stuff, and could have already been beating bosses after that boss. I mean, I like being overpowered, but the thing is that for the bosses that are going to be a challenge, you should never be overpowered. And that's if you want to really challenge yourself. If you took the time to really want to challenge yourself against bosses, and I'm not saying don't level up, but don't overdo it, because then it will seem like it's too damn easy. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you should be really under level, but you shouldn't be overly leveled. That is really atrociously disgusting. Now, if you want to be over leveled, that's fine, and making it a little bit easier on yourself just to escape other enemies. But bosses, no. Bosses are one of the main primary things to function in a game that makes you progress the game. And if you have to be overpowered for one boss, let it be the final boss. The final boss is going to be overpowered as it is. And it's like, no matter how overpowered you are, they're going to be even more powered than you. But even then, you can still beat it. So, because the insane amount, what you don't know is in the coding. Fun fact for you is that even though you may see a certain amount, there's a lot more to it than that, but they don't count that because you're trying to beat it. And they want to make it as simplified and easy enough to do at whatever level you want to be at, even if it's at max level. Otherwise, it would take you way too many decades to beat the damn game. And, and you don't want to do that, because then you think maybe you screwed up, or you just don't really want to do it, because then it becomes boring. I mean, maybe to a lot of people, maybe not to everyone, but the longer it is, the more people are not going to want to play. And that's just a lot of people. That's not everyone. I'm one of those people who wouldn't want to play. If they do exist at all. I'm not going to question whether they do or not. I'm just saying if they do or not. Besides me. So, because it wouldn't surprise me like there's a lot of things out there. But yeah, so there is a video that is, I guess, deleted off the entire web. And I can't find it nowhere. And I haven't checked Instagram. I don't really use Instagram. And I don't want to check Instagram. But apparently, Markiplier, good guy, got a lot of content. I really recommend it. I'm just like, whatever. He must have said it through a stream, though, for this one part where he was talking about, how I've always said no, because, I've watched a lot of videos of yours, and there's some of them I probably haven't all the way seen, or haven't seen it all yet. But even then, I guarantee you didn't say it. Probably, and I can guarantee you it was during a stream that I didn't catch. But anyway, you want to know more about that, you can check it out on his channel. Because I don't want to talk about that. That's kind of stuff that I don't get into any more than I already have to when I'm trying to explain things or make points. So, other than that, it depends on what it is. But in any case, moving on. So apparently, because this guy named Philip DeFranco talked about beating people, and then he said, whatever. But, and he didn't really mean he was going to actually do that, and he didn't specify who he was going to do. He just said, unless you want me to do that, and I guess I could, but, other than that, and I'm not here to defend Frankel, but I'm not going to be against him either. I mean, DeFranco. So, and I'm not here to defend Markiplier or be against him because he don't even know me. Neither one of them do. And even if they did read this video, it would be like this. To be fair, I could see a lot of your points, but at the same time, I'm on nobody's side. And it wouldn't matter if I was. I don't really like to take sides in a matter that does not really concern me unless I absolutely know them well enough that it would be okay to, I guess, support them, on either front. So, because I don't want to be the kind of person that's like, oh, I defended him, and then he's like, I don't like that. Why did you defend me? I didn't even ask you to do that. That's not cool, or something like that. And so I'm not really trying to be involved, but I am trying to say that, yeah, because I did watch the video, and I saw that he had a video that he had played a Markiplier saying something about him, but he didn't say anywhere. He didn't leave no links, no nothing. It was just there at the beginning of the video. It wasn't even named in the description. It was just talking about that. I thought, no, there's none. And then, well, actually there is, but it's at the wrong kind of mark. But still at the beginning of the video. So moving on. Yeah. So yeah, that's just, to be fair, it's between Mark and that guy. But whatever. In any case, moving on. Yeah, that's just something. No, I was also doing this. Yeah, there it is, the interview, and it's very. I would check it out because it's kind of funny when that's if you don't mind this kind of humor, and it's not really nasty, but where Google Home says awkward. And I forget what it was, something that after Alexa said something, and after she was questioned about it, and this one lady, and then they tried to stop the alarms, and she just gave up. So yeah, I recommend it. It's I didn't even search for this, believe it or not. I just happened to find it. So there you go. And also, there is this thing that's been around that I thought was something I thought that I had thought about making, or about the dark web or something. I didn't think it was actually a thing, but apparently it is. And it's been a thing. And there are things that are highly illegal, but you're supposed to be able to find it. Okay, I don't know if you can find it without getting in trouble, though. As safe as it's supposed to be, quote unquote, and where you can supposedly look up anything you want with no restrictions or whatever. Yeah, no. Even if you try to look for it a certain way without trying to absolutely see if to look to see, because even if you're not wanting to that, I'm not going to say what it is because of due to laws and stuff like that. So I'm probably already getting myself in trouble for this, but I don't want to get myself in any more trouble than I am already doing. But yeah, and that's what that video was. Where is it? All right, we're the one where it says 2 FBI agents, right there, 3 wounded, yada yada yada, and they even talk about it on the Google News. Like, okay, so I didn't even know that was happening. I mean, I know about a lot of the stuff like that's been happening over the years, and I didn't know the dark web could host such things. Now, I know there are private sites that are really, I can say that, but even the private sites, depending on what it is, yeah, highly illegal. I mean, highly illegal. And you want to know more about it, look it up. I'm not going to tell you it because for reasons that I won't get into. And it's not because I want to see it or anything like that. It was just like, how do you find out if something like that exists without getting into trouble, regardless of whether you're an FBI man or not? That's the one thing I want to know about, because I know for a fact you would get in trouble if you tried to look for it on an actual web browser that's Chrome or whatever. And what I'm talking about specifically, you'll have to look it up. I can't tell you no more, because if I did, I'd be in a lot more trouble than I already am by even mentioning that I've discussed this. And I don't want to get in any more trouble. I'm not afraid of it, but I just don't want to even go there. Okay? Because, you know, there are some things you can be curious about, but then you have to limit yourself, because depending on what it is, that's all I can say as well about it. But anyway, so moving on as well, Sylvester Stallone has a I I I I, I don't want to go in there because it might be also talking about that same subject. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, I've been watching some of that. Yeah. Anyway, I better go. Later. Good night.